Guys, I want to show you a fun Caro Kann game I played. So my opponent played e4, c6, d4, d5, and we have the exchange variation. I like this because I have these two center pawns to play with. My opponent plays bishop d3. So far, so good. Knight f6. This is how you play the exchange Caro. And then your next move is going to be bishop g4. So my opponent plays bishop f4, and I played bishop g4. Now, usually, I think they're supposed to play queen b3 here to hit the pawn, and then I'd go like queen d7. But he played something a little bit weird, f3. So I played bishop h5 and then knight e2. So that's the idea. He wants to go knight g3. But it's a little bit slow. And I have my bishop safety here on g6. So I played e6, continue along with my development. Knight g3 and bishop g6. And then he castled and I played bishop d6. It's actually not a bad move because I want to weaken this diagonal. And then my opponent took the bishop and I took with the queen. And now I think he made a slight mistake. He took my bishop too soon before I castled. So usually you always take toward the center. So I took with the pawn. And now I have this open file. And the thing is, I'm actually not going to castle kingside. So here I decided to have some fun and castle queen. It's actually not a bad move. Again, I don't know why Stockfish doesn't like it. Because maybe he doesn't see the trick that I have soon. So he played rook e1 here. And I want you to guess. Pause the video and guess my next move. It's a slow, almost positional sacrifice. I sacrificed the rook. Rook h2. And chess.com thinks it's a brilliant move. I appreciate that. He took with the king. And then I check. And then he comes back and I took. So I got one pawn and a knight for the rook. But the thing is, I have a lot of attack. Right? And my opponent does defend with knight f1. Knight to reposition my queen with queen h4. There's a check here, but it's not made. So I probably want to save this for when it's the best, right? And my opponent played queen e2. So again, I don't want to check immediately because he goes king f2. And then he might start to move his knight out and then the rook comes in. So the trick when you're attacking is only going for the final kill when you're sure it's going to help you. It's going to work. So in this position, I should play something like g5, g4. Other moves include knight e7, knight f5, maybe knight g3, stuff like this, right? Another idea I had, I set an interesting little trap here. I played knight h5 with the idea of playing knight f4, hitting this pawn and the queen, and then checking. So it looks kind of scary. Now I knew that maybe there's a defense, but which engine says it's g3 and then make way for the queen. Black is still better there, but I figured he will play the most obvious defense, which is queen f2, which is what happened. And this is a big blunder. Fell right into my trap. Can you guys find the move here? It is to sacrifice the queen. Queen h1 check. King takes h1 has to be played. And now knight g3 double check. In a double check is literally the most powerful move in chess, right? So they have to move the king. And now finish with rook h1 checkmate. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.